I absolutely love the fact that Tara's over there literally eating popcorn while this shit is burning to the ground.
Yep. All right.
I bought it for that reason.
Oh my head.
Let's try and get this back.
I don't think I can do it as good as that was a good one. That was a good run. I've lost my mojo.
It's on me.
Raph, we can do this. I have faith in you. Believe in the tattoo. It'll give you strength.
Okay, since we haven't started yet.
Okay.
My fingers are greasy.
The following program contains people who are considered as adults doing adult things. Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome back to Heroes of Thyr! Previously on Heroes of Thyr.
So we are entering Chapter 3, which means I have 2 chapters to tell you about. Chapter 1 can basically be summed up with, we were a bunch of idiots. We're all pretty content with that description. But to give you a general idea, we went in search of missing orphans and like some kind of thieves guild. We weren't really sure what we were getting into. We ended up causing a scene, and by we I mean Klaus, and Klaus was an idiot, and Klaus ended up killing us with the Glam still doesn't like us anymore. But we found the missing children, and we freed them. Maybe? We're not really sure. They were in the care of Sister Nyx, whoever that is, and she turned out to be a Song of Thyr, which is, we call them the Songs of Thyr because of the story that was told us, but they're basically like gods in our world. It's kind of a long story. I mean, that's why we're here. So Chapter 2, we're paying back our debt to Klaus's benefactor because she saved our asses when we caused a scene, and by we I mean Klaus.
You can say it. I'm kind of her bitch right now.
Yeah, you kind of really are, and I'm glad that we're not going into the details of why you did what you did.
Yeah.
So we were sent then out into the world because Alona had heard of magical disturbances in the world or whatever. And we were supposed to go and document them and send word back. I don't know if we ever did send word back, but we were going and we were finding things. And so the first thing that we found was a city called the City of Gold, that the sun just never quit shining. Like it was paused in the sky. Somebody hit a pause button and it stayed there. Right behind the City of Gold was basically a forest of death where everything was basically made of ashes. And
Mac almost got a pet named Nightmare.
Yeah. That moment when you see the ham that's upstaging you and you can't think of your lines at all, fuck you, Mac. So I'm going into the castle and we find Amariel, who is another Song of Thyr, but he's near death. And there's another portal and scary things happen and we end up rescuing him. We end up in another castle where we find his other half. Did I do it the other way around?
Yeah.
Okay, well, one of them we find... There were 2 castles, and one of them we find Amariel, one of them we find Aliaga, one of them we find out that my rat's a unicorn? Dude, my rat's a unicorn. But then, not to be, overly dramatic or anything, we find out that Cotton is a motherfucking dragon. Gonna need a minute.
This is where you also go back and watch the first 2 chapters.
We highly recommend it. It's on YouTube. We recorded the whole thing for you, and we'll give you gold stars if you watch through every episode, at the end of every episode. Okay, so we find Aliaga, we find Amariel, and we learn about the Songs of Thyr, and then we go back towards Glamstill and are invited to a carnival where we meet Jareth, and he's got a brother named Jacob, and there's this man named Maddox. We're going to meet him later, but we are sent on some kind of weird mission that, again, some idiot wizard decides to go ahead and accept. I don't know why, but we end up going to the city or town or village of... What is it? Was it a town of Shelby?
Yeah, it was a town.
Yeah.
So we went to town, Shelby, and shit was getting freaky weird there. There was this weird curfew because at night, souls or something were swirling in the air. It was scary shit. We ended up underneath the church in a dungeon where Mac's not girlfriend turned out to be some freaky ass shit, and she had
cute, though.
fucking Colby with. By the way, Colby was a member of the party who just fucking vanished, and now he's half red dragon and half human and completely salty. And we find the lantern that Jareth sent us after. We all touch it because that's the thing that you do. And we ended up teleporting it back to the carnival area where we somehow accidentally freed Mannix or unbound Mannix. I'm not really clear on the details of what happened there, but apparently Jareth is chaos in Mannix's death, and he's the guy who like makes sure that there's safe passage for those that are dying and shit, and does really cool stuff that I really wanted to talk to him about more. And that was a big dramatic scene, and that was kind of where we ended off, but Mannix wrote some letters that we're supposed to deliver, and we're on our way back to Glamstill, where we're probably still not very welcome.
Probably not. Clarification, was Mannix death? I didn't think he was death.
He could talk to the dead.
He's the guy on the river Styx.
Okay.
The transporter.
Right.
The safe walker guide.
Right. Well, okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's just more succinct.
I can't read. Yeah. I know what you mean.
Death.
I say we do roll call.
Okay.
I'm not first, so don't look at me.
Dwarf.
Oh, that's probably me. Hi, I'm Flip. You ready to rock?
Oh, jeez.
No?
That's
No?
all you
No?
got?
Anybody? Well, I can keep going. I mean,
No.
No, that's good.
Stop.
If we throw money, will you stop?
we'll find out.
Keep going.
No, stop. Stop.
Don't have anything to try
Oh
to.
my god.
Dang it.
You gotta throw it. Never mind. It's all good. It's good.
Don't give him pointers.
I know what he was going to say.
Uh-huh.
I know what he was going to say.
I'm not saying anything. I'm out.
I heard it.
I said nothing.
I'm
We're
a
moving
sword
to-
fighter.
we're-
I do sword cutty things. I'm just stealing Red Robes' toll shtick here.
Don't
No,
steal
I'm
my
the hero Makar. I have come, I have conquered, and I have sent, hopefully, a letter to those poor sweet ladies back in town to make sure that they are okay after losing their good person lookout tour. And underneath me is the pointy-eared one.
Hi. I like to kill things, and I talk to my bow. Still, it needs more polishing. 'Cause
She has a name.
and
That's
so
Axel.
I know it. Oh,
She's
I'm
an elf.
Axel. I'm an elf.
Real a lot of practice.
A ranger, and I like bows. And
Yeah, hi, I'm Raywood Silverfox.
That
I
one.
am a dragonborn, and I have 0 fucks to give. We also have the wizard, and he does wizardy things.
Hey, that's my shtick. Hi, I'm Klaus. I am the wizard. I do wizardy things and somehow
Think I will
manage to
now.
be the de facto leader of this group. I don't know how it happened.
Send help!
I don't know how it happened. I don't know.
Well, because my dumbass brother had to fucking disappear.
Fair enough, but something tells me he wouldn't be much of the leader either.
He would like to think he was.
Oh, yeah.
It's true.
And we would let him think he was.
Mhm.
It's
at least he was
quiet.
friendly.
True. So.
You know he was hitting on you, right?
And with that, we will turn it over to our benevolent DM, Seamstress Aya.
If anybody can remember the technical term for the type of being Mannix is,
Oh, crap.
Oh,
Get-
god damn it.
20 experience
God.
points.
It's not a Shinigami,
Uh,
is it? Yeah, it's not a Shinigami, is it?
No.
Mm-mm.
Ah. What a shot.
and I know
No, we're
this
not
too.
picking
And I
you.
need to see everybody's hands, no Googles.
Crap.
I know this.
Okay,
one.
Google. What is?
I got nothing. My brains melt.
Yeah, I can't think of it either. I'm trying to even remember the Greek mythology name, the name of the guy, and I can't think of it.
Now that you said that, I can't remember either.
The in-between guy?
Yeah.
Isn't it just not really practical, like a boatsman, like the boatsman, or
No,
or
he's got a name.
No, the boatman has a name.
He has a name. Your mom has a name.
Everyone in the Greek pantheon has a name.
Yeah.
River Styx and
Yeah, I can't think of it.
It's called a psychopomp.
A psycho what?
Psychopomp.
Huh.
That sounds like a really cool, fun way of doing music.
A psychopomp is a religious entity whose job it is to ferry souls. Lots of different religions have them. The umbrella term for them is psychopomp.
I didn't actually know the umbrella term.
I would have
Ferry.
never.
I've said it numerous times.
Because
it's one of my favorite.
It's
one of my favorite words.
I do
It's
seem to remember you
nice
saying
It's nice
that.
to know that you guys remember what I tell you.
Good
job, guys.
I write notes, okay? Look at these notes. They're so notey.
Okay.
Speaking of notes, we were supposed to deliver letters, and all I wrote was 3 of them were to individuals that we don't know. Like, I don't remember who the others are for.
Basically, like right as Mannix is writing the letters, Jareth will have gone into the kitchen, and you'll hear him kind of banging around and everything. As Mannix is finishing up the letters, he will pull out a large leather envelope thing, and he'll put all the letters in there. He will hand it to the dragon, because the dragon is the closest to him. And by that time, Jareth will have brought over a large plate with like a full English breakfast on it.
Oh, yeah.
And he will set it down. He will set it down in front of Mannix. Then he will point at Axel, and he will say, "Elf, go get the rest of the food."
Okay.
How many letters does Mannix give me?
So if you look in there, there will be 3, 5, 8.
Cool.
So there are 8 folded letters.
Does he tell us who all they're for, or?
They have names written on them.
Does it tell us where the names are kept?
Nope.
I think we'll find that out. We'll
No,
find that out.
he's
when we
eating.
get to Glam still.
He's eating his breakfast now.
I won't interrupt that.
Axel, as you go into the kitchen, Jareth is right behind you. He will point to a large saucer of pancakes as he picks up a skillet full of scrambled eggs and another one with bacon and everything.
So not vegan.
And, Axel and Jareth will then bring the food, and they just put it on the table. Yes.
I'm walking into the room with a pancake hanging out of my mouth while I'm carrying them. I'm getting payment for carrying this.
So,
Some
Jareth will
decorum,
put down the 2
please.
skillet. He will walk over to the cabinet that holds all of the flatware and dishes and everything. He will come back to the table. He has a single plate and a single fork. He then begins scooping food and putting it onto his plate and then eating.
I take another pancake and just kind of nibble on it.
Okay.
Wait, what was in the skillet?
There's like an array of breakfast foods.
Right.
Just breakfast.
Bacon.
Everyone
She said
else
bacon,
apparently
yes.
just sits there
Anything-
while Axel eats directly off of the cookware.
Is any of it not made of animal?
Well, they're pancakes.
Yeah. Don't know what's in them. So I'll
Making
just,
pancakes.
Are
Making
these-
bacon pancakes.
Are these
just
non-dairy
eat my
pancakes?
I'll just eat my nuts.
Did you make this breakfast in the most complicated way that you can? Sorry, I had to.
At least it wasn't a grand slam witch.
So,
All right.
I guess I will go and find some dinnerware for or breakfastware, whatever you want to call it, for us to
Okay.
use, and then
Yeah,
we'll sit
there's-
and
Like I said, there's obviously a cabinet
hmm
that is near the table where
Yeah.
you can get food or get plates and stuff.
Okay, so I'll go out and pick some out, and I'll start handing them to people that want them.
Okay.
I'll assist Iris with her food, and then I'm just gonna nibble my nuts.
I'll go clean
Okay.
the dishes.
Nut joke. Okay. So you'll notice that Mannix eats very nice and cleanly. Jareth eats in a hurry.
Surprising
so
no
he
one.
is quickly done. He then takes his own plate and any of the empty cookware that's on the table back into the kitchen, just kind of sets it on the counter. And then as he is sort of messing around in the kitchen, you will hear a knock on the door. Jareth will then come out of the kitchen. He will... Mannix is slowly attempting to stand from his chair. He looks a little wobbly. When Jareth notices that Mannix is trying to stand up, he will hurry his pace over and help him stand up straight. Jareth will then go over to the corner and get this cloth. It's a odd bundle. It's wider at the top than it is at the bottom. It's obviously something wrapped tightly in cloth, and he will hand it to Mannix, who will then unwrap it. And you'll notice that it is an elaborately carved wrought iron staff that looks kind of like a crook. So it's straight, and then it has a curve at the top in like a little half circle. And Mannix will use that to kind of walk over to the door. I can't checking my notes. Okay. So Jareth will kind of straighten himself. He'll dust any food that's on his shirt over, and he is about to go open the door when he turns around super quickly, steals a kiss from Mannix, and then turns around just as quickly and then opens the door. Mannix hides behind the door and blushes. On the other side of the door is a young man. He is sort of smartly dressed, and when Jareth opens the door, he gives a not like an incredibly deep bow, but it's definitely a bow from the hips. And he does not rise until Jareth greets him. So Mannix, having regained his normal flesh tone in the face area, will peek around the door that Hi, my cat is in my room now. He will peek around the door that Jareth has opened, and the young man standing in front of the door will look shocked. And you will hear him kind of under his breath go, "My lord." Slowly, Mannix will walk out of the door onto the porch. You can tell that he's taking his steps cautiously as to appear more steady on his feet than he actually is. The young man will hurriedly rush down the stairs, and Jareth will also go out onto the porch, leaving the door open. You will hear some brief conversation outside, and then quiet. Jareth will then stick his head through the door. Come on, we ain't got all day.
Okay.
Just strap on the feed bag and let's go.
I'll just take the skillet with me.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, I'm still in
Should
the other
probably
room.
return.
I'm still in the other room cleaning dishes. Can I actually hear this?
You can
Yes.
when I come in there and grab
Okay.
you by the ear and drive you out.
Would have heard it, yeah.
Okay, so the normal way I leave then. Okay, got it.
We're out on
Jareth
the
side eyes
Okay.
the dwarf as he
I-
leaves with his skillet.
I'll bring it back.
You had better.
I will. It's got a handle. The hook. Click it on belt. Mhm.
I want this
Add
to
it
be
to
your
your
new weapon.
inventory. Um,
And now he's
Outside.
carrying a 5-pound skillet.
outside, there is a very nice horse-drawn carriage. It's made out of really nice wood. It's not like super fancy, but it's nice wood, and it's got a like a roof to it. Standing beside the carriage is, let's see. So the young man you saw earlier, a very attractive lady with black hair, and 3 other gentlemen. Jareth is currently talking with the lady and the 3 other guys, and you will hear him issuing orders, things like, make sure like the streets are clean. Obviously, he's getting ready to like get the carnival back in order, like tip-top shape, working order.
Mm-hmm.
You'll hear him talking about like performer rotations and stuff like that. When he notices that all of you guys are back on the porch, he will turn to the young man. He will kind of like, just put his hand forward like you do when you're introducing someone. And he will say, "This is Levy, and he will be taking you into Glamstill."
All right.
Okay.
Hello, Levy. Thank you for the ride.
He gives you a brief bow, like a really small one. Jareth will turn back to him and say, "I want you to take them to Lily's court, where they will stay." He looks back at you guys. "Lily will deliver the letters for you. I want you to stay where we put you until you hear an answer."
Okay.
What's the
From all of
question?
them.
He will reach into his pocket. He will pull out a gold coin. And he will make his way over to Klaus specifically. And in a, he will do like a little finger flip with the coin.
Mm-hmm.
And then he will hold it out to you.
Okay. What's this for?
That's to pay our debt at the inn so that we can stay there.
Fair enough. Got it.
We've done this
Okay.
before.
I will take the I'll take the gold coin, and I will pocket it separate
As
from
he-
my.
As you take the gold coin from him,
Mm-hmm.
he will stick out his hand.
Mm-hmm.
as if offering to shake your hand.
Okay, I will shake his hand back.
Okay, as he is shaking your
You find
hand,
out he didn't mean it.
as he is shaking your hand, you can see that he's obviously smirking in like classic Jareth smirk.
We're bone.
Why do I find? Why? I suddenly feel like I have made a mistake again.
I don't know. You're the one. You're the one who shook hands with chaos.
That actually sounds pretty damn cool, but not gonna lie.
Okay.
Too bad my hand's not getting zapped or something.
I was a little afraid of that.
Well, but
You
see,
have a
that's
mark on your
expected, though.
hand.
I don't
you know,
think. Well, he's not.
I watched
We're
the
bound.
collar drain from the wizard's face.
Yeah.
Jareth will turn around and address the 4 individuals in front of him. And he kind of like acts as if he's surprised to see them there. Like in comical, like Matsumoto-esque fashion.
I think I'm the only one that'll get that, by the way.
Oh, okay. Like comical, like comedian-esque surprise. I don't know how else
Right.
to say it.
Oh, hello there.
Over the top.
Yeah. And he'll be like, well, what the fuck are you still doing here? Everybody rushes off.
Before we leave.
Not us 4.
The ones
Right.
by the
Yeah,
carriage.
the ones
Yeah,
over by
the
carriage.
4. There are obviously more than 4 of you in the party.
Right.
Talking about
So-
ones he was giving orders to a minute ago.
Yeah.
Why are they still standing here? Why aren't they doing the things he told them? Come on, keep up, people! I haven't even had
I was
time
there.
today.
I was there.
So, Jareth will start walking off down the street. Just, you know,
Mm-hmm.
he's done. He's done talking
Okay.
now. Levy will slowly, you'll see him slowly approach Mannix. He will then bow down onto one knee in front of him and just kind of sit there for a second. He will stand up very slowly. The 2 of them will make eye contact, and then Levy will turn. He turns to leave. Crawls up into the rider's box on the carriage, and waiting for you guys.
So I'm gonna kind of linger while the party decides to mount because I want to sneak a word with Mannix.
Okay.
But I'm not like I'm doing this intentionally. So I'm going to linger, but they're not all going to be in the carriage when I come up to Mannix, and I'm not going to be whispering quite as quietly as I think I am. And I'm going to say, if you see my brother, tell him I'm sorry. And I'm going to like look him in the eyes long enough to give him a chance to reply, and then I'm on the carriage.
Okay.
Flip, did you give the skillet back?
I'm not done yet. I'll give it back. Don't worry.
Go give it
I'm gonna
back.
take the skillet and
Hold
give
on. Girl.
I'm gonna grab the skillet and give it back to Mannix. And then before I go, I'm gonna give him a slight bow, and then I'm gonna point to Jareth and say, "Keep him out of trouble, okay?" And then get back.
I'm
on the
gonna
car.
go past him, grab the skillet so it doesn't actually hand it to Mannix. He's broken, and go set it on the porch.
Sorry. Well, I'm still gonna do the bowing and everything.
Close enough, I guess. All right,
And then I'm also
everybody-
going to say I'm sorry for them. And then I'm going to
Work for hospitality.
Get in the cart.
In the car.
The cart. Get the cart.
Get in the bag, Nebby.
Okay. Mannix is just going to kind of stand there and watch this procession. He's not really used to the party. He hasn't
There
had
are
to
few
deal
who
with.
are.
I mean, he only met you guys like 2 days ago.
And he was half dead when he did.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So he's just going to stand on the porch and just kind of wave, wave as you guys just drive through. So as you guys go through the, I didn't pull up a map. Do you guys want a map? Something
Map.
to look at.
Sure.
Yeah.
You want to give us
we,
like
we know what Glamstill looks like, but it's
Yeah.
nice to have.
map or the Glamstill map or
oh,
something.
Jesus. Hold on.
Are you okay over there?
Hello, Governor. I'm trying to find. There we go. Nope. I'm trying to. God, I haven't used this program in forever.
You know how, like, in old 90s cartoons, you'd hear the person working in the background, you just hear, like, and that's what we're basically hearing right now.
Yeah.
You are a 90s cartoon.
Pretty much. Again, I can't deny it.
Okay, there we go. Okay, everyone should have a copy now.
Yay.
Okay,
we're in the
so
carnival. Okay.
yes. So, you will actually be taken out of the little town area where you guys are in. And then he pulls around and kind of pulls back into the town where the sort of open air stalls are. He stops in the middle of the road. He will lean over to like one of the little windows and he will say, give me 1 moment.
Okay.
He'll jump down from the box. He runs into a store and he comes out and he is carrying a very nice leather backpack. He then hands the backpack to the wizard and informs you that it's a replacement for your old backpack. The one that got all burned up.
Why, thank you.
Nice.
Inside, you guys will find enough. Let me see. You'll find like bits and bobs of traveling stuff.
Okay.
So like replacements for anything that you might have in your thing.
So is it
is
A
safe
little
to
shaving
say?
kit, some band-aids, tweezers.
Is it safe to say that pretty much everything that I currently still have listed as in my backpack now is in the new backpack?
Yeah.
Is that it? Okay.
Basically, all it did is just replace anything that you guys used up during the during the thing.
Okay.
Except Raywind's rope, because that shit's fun.
The rope. I forgot about that.
I paid so much for that fucking thing.
And now you have 3 of them.
I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill that motherfucker.
Okay. So it will take you maybe a good 2 hours or so by carriage to get to Glamstill. So while that's going on, let's go ahead and jump to the new face.
Face.
The new face.
Face.
Dun, 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 dun.
Okay. 1 second.
Your mom's new face. My mom's new face.
And
Da, 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 da.
suddenly face.
Face.
Hey, that's my line.
No, suddenly dragon.
Hello.
Hola.
So,
Who are you?
you, my fine lass, will be entering through the south gate of Glamstill.
Okay.
Oh, we don't actually have a token for you yet.
Mm-mm.
Oh, I should have gotten a comical token ready. Oh, wait. Let me go through my bag of tokens real quick.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Have I told
what
you?
I said earlier.
So I've mentioned before that I play a Pathfinder game with my coworkers, and we do like the full miniature play style. So like anytime there are like if there are horses, we have little tiny horses on the table to represent the horses. So there was one time where we needed to represent an entire stable of horses, but we didn't have enough horse figures. So
Am I getting the reject horse?
we had like 5 horses, and there was a giraffe and a hippo and a zebra and like a couple of other things.
Brontosaurus.
It was more of a zoo
I want that
than a
one.
stable, but you know.
One of them was just a poker chip.
Should we be a hippo?
Okay, so you are entering through the south gate.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna wander toward the market.
Okay, well, first you have to get through the south gate. Everybody has to get through the gate.
Oh,
Everybody
I'm gonna
got to
knock
get
on the
through
gate.
Yep.
That
So
should be
as
good.
you are standing in line, in front of
Should be
you,
good.
there is a very, very bored pair of guards. It is roughly midday.
Oh.
They look very. There are 2 guards. One is standing and has a spear. Unfortunately, it seems like he was not issued a hat, and he is nursing a growing sunburn across his face. He looks very miserable. There is another guard who is sitting next to him with a podium in front of him and a large book. He does have a hat, though he still does not seem happy with his job. As travelers come up to his podium, he will look them very dog-eyed in the face, and you will hear him say, "Name."
Oh, shit show.
There's somebody in front of me, right? That's what I
Yes.
heard. Is there was a okay?
Yes.
So I'm not answering yet.
The interaction goes on, and then the line slowly moves until he gets to you, and he looks up, and seeing nothing, realizes he actually has to look down. So he'll lean over his podium a little bit, and go, "Name."
Attiliana?
You see him write something. It doesn't look like it was as long as your name is actually spelled. He will look at you again and go, "Reason for entrance into Glamstill."
I'm looking for a party of travelers.
Writes it in the book.
Fitting shirt, honey.
When he gets done writing, he will look up at the person behind you and he'll go, "Next."
I'm gonna saunter through the gate while I have the chance.
Okay, so the city is bustling. Lots of people are all over the place.
I'm going to dodge them because
Okay.
that's my life. Walk under legs, anything to get around them to head toward the center of town.
Okay, you
I
can
know
move
them
your
heels.
token. Yeah, feel free to move your token.
Oh wait. I can put tokens on the. Oh my gosh.
No,
you
there's
not-
there's
you
a
not see
U
the
on the
token?
bottom.
Oh,
Whoops.
okay. No, joke failed then.
No, I saw it.
I
Yeah.
saw it.
I don't see the token.
It's okay.
No, I took it off. I can put
I'm
it back.
making you smaller.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. My little black box.
You might.
There you go.
So for the map, you may not see all of it because if you didn't see the word Southgate at the bottom, if you click and drag on the little gold, the gold thing down in the corner, it'll move the map because it's actually a little larger than what will fit.
Oh
on the
yeah,
screen.
sometimes the map is a little bigger than the window you can pinch and drag from the corner, from the right corner,
Yeah.
and make it bigger if you like.
But for now, you can just move your little black box.
Yeah.
Because you
Yeah.
should be able to see what you need to.
Oh, wait, there we go. Now I can see them a little bit better. When I drag it bigger, it kind of expands the whole map.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I still can't see it. So I can now see Southgate, so that's awesome.
Okay, cool. That's where you are. Yeah.
I just assumed
the
I saw the
joke-
East Gate and assumed
Yeah.
it was down there, but whatever.
The joke was this was the token that I put there for you. And I was like, you are at the south gate.
You are here.
Yep,
You
I
are
got-
here.
I picked up on that.
Yeah.
I did not see that token.
Yeah, it's
That's
okay.
funny. It was fun. It was a funny joke.
So,
Have a
yeah,
funny joke.
I'm gonna head to the center of town.
Funny.
Okay.
You know, make jokes.
So you'll notice that the open market area is exactly what it sounds like. Where all the other shops had buildings, this is actually wagons, people with blankets. Some stalls do have a like structure in front of them for like a counter or something. Think like Artist Alley at a convention or something. People are selling whatever they can in whatever space they can. So as you wander around, you will. So I'm gonna speed it up a little bit and kind of like tell you where you go.
Because when we did this, it took us like 6 hours.
Yeah, it did take quite a long time to get all.
You
of
mean
them
the
together.
rest of you want to play too?
Yeah.
We'll see you later in chapter
Well, no, I'm just
45.
I'm just saying
Yeah.
she's cutting short your playtime because we were assholes.
So
This is our fault.
as you wander, around, checking out the sights and everything, watching like carriages go through the main streets, you'll get to about like here, and you'll notice as you pass by there'll be like a leather goods stand and a vegetable vendor, and then there's an apple stand, like an apple cart, and then there seems to be like a little pocket of no people.
That sounds like a good place for me to stand. Being a small human, constantly dodging being trampled.
Okay.
So I'm going to wander over to the small open pocket of nothing.
Okay. It seems kind of odd that there wouldn't be any people right here. It doesn't seem like it's any different. There's a cart that is obviously there to sell things, but everyone seems to be giving the cart a good 5-foot hemispherical berth. Just kind of like whenever oops, I'm sorry, I hit my headset. It seems like whenever they're about to go right through the empty thing, they kind of like veer in like a general meandering sort of motion.
Right, so my curiosity is going to drive me to go investigate the whole area and to talk to the shop owner.
Okay. So as you turn around, you will actually see, sitting at the window of the cart, is a small halfling. She has white hair and a mohawk. She has both her elbows on the counter of her cart with one hand supporting her chin, and she is grinning at you.
For the visually impaired, the entire party right now is fangirling super hard. So you know.
So I'm going to walk over and say, hi, I'm looking for a group of travelers that I heard are wandering around the city.
Wondering.
Well,
She'll get a wide grin on her face,
Oh dear God.
oh lord.
and she'll go, hi. So, first, what's your name?
Tiliana.
That's
And yours?
a pretty name. My name's Cotton.
That's adorable.
Thank you.
Any
So-
chance you've seen a group of adventurers wandering around here?
I have seen lots of adventurers. I mean, this is the capital city. This is kind of where adventurers come to start adventuring. Or to continue adventuring. Some of them come here to stop adventuring.
Interesting. They have a super ottery dragon type thing with them. I've heard there's a dwarf. I thought I heard he stole a frying pan earlier this morning, but I could be wrong.
Wow, word travels fast.
You're not there. You're getting drunk.
You're not wrong.
I think they also have a guy there that does wizardy things. I don't know.
Cotton, not even missing a beat, will go, I know just who you're looking for.
Oh, perfect.
she will lift up her left arm and she'll look at her hand. You know, she'll look at the back of her hand, closed fist, back of hand facing face, and she'll just stare at her arm for a little bit. Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
Tara's got it.
Looking at the time.
And she'll go, "They're not here yet."
Do you know about what time they'll show up?
I might.
Would you tell me?
Maybe. But first, a quest.
Okay.
Okay, I have to say this. So right now, she gives me sort of the vibe of Merlin from the old Disney Sword in the Stone.
Thank you. Yes.
Fucking love it.
Oh, that's great. Okay, I'm sorry.
Just waiting for the flying pots and pans and shit.
You guys, hold on, you guys, because
Oh,
you don't
boy.
know what her quest is yet.
Oh, boy.
What's the quest? What's the quest? What's the quest?
So she will point to her right. And to her right, you will see a golden bird cage. And the door is open, meaning the bird cage is empty.
Uh-oh.
And then she will put both of her hands underneath her chin and she will lean kind of towards the bird cage. And she will look very sadly at the bird cage and she will say, "My friend hasn't returned yet. Can you go find him for me?"
Oh, dear.
I really am kind of pressed for time. Do you
She
just
will,
need a new bird?
she'll lean towards you and she'll look all nice and kind-hearted and bat her eyes at you and kind of tilt her head to the left a little, and she'll look very expectantly at you, and she will say, "I really miss him.
Do you
I just
know
don't feel the same when he's not around.
when did you lose him?
I don't know. He's
Oh.
somewhere. I know he's in the city though. He wouldn't have
Okay.
left the city."
Okay. How big is this bird?
He's about this big, and she puts her hands out to the like, like a general length of a ferret. How long is that? Like a foot?
That's a big bird. Are you sure
Well,
he fits in that cage?
He does. I keep telling him he really should lay off the late night snacks, but
Right.
it's just I can't say no to him. He's just so cute, and we've been together for so long. If I say something and it upsets him, then it just drives a wedge in our relationship, and then we're constantly walking on eggshells with each other. And I'm like, I didn't mean anything by it. I was just trying to say maybe you might want to, consider adopting a more healthy diet. It'll lead to a longer life. And she's gonna keep rambling until you.
Have you thought about possibly just finding a new healthier bird that like snacks a little less, that maybe fits in the cage? I could help you with that.
Oh, but I don't want a new bird. And why would I want a bird?
Was it not a bird?
No, he's not a bird. He's an ermine.
My mistake.
Fluffy. It's okay.
Sure.
So if you go find him
Right.
and you bring him back to me, I am sure by the time you get back, I will know where they are.
So were they coming here at a certain time?
She puts her right hand on her hip in like a
Okay.
90 degree, so her elbow's in a 90 degree
we're
angle.
going with the
She puts her left
Okay.
elbow on the counter, and she just leans into you, and she's just making eye contact, and she's just got a giant grin on her face.
Right. I'm gonna go find that ermine for
Okay.
you. Thanks.
Thank you.
Can I just take a moment and just...
Okay.
You all are enjoying yourselves entirely too much right now.
Yes.
It's even better because you don't know.
Nope. I don't know. I purposely did not watch all of the other stuff, so I would not know.
It's worth it. Just thank you for giving us that gift. That was beautiful.
Yes.
I'm
And now
trying.
you'll get it when you go back to watch.
It's like a hazing ritual everyone has to deal with to get into the party.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna
Okay.
go sit nearby and just watch for them to come by.
Okay. So
Oh my god.
we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna jump back to the party in the carriage.
Who's all involuntarily burst out into laughter and no one knows why.
No one knows why.
Laughing as we're coming into the city.
Yep. Okay.
Oh my God.
So you will actually be taken, and I'm gonna bring the joke token back for a second.
Uh-oh.
You will actually be driven into the Nobles District.
Ooh,
It's super fancy, you guys. Like,
So
it's so nice. The
as-
houses are like huge, and they're made of like stone. None of this wood house crap.
Can I go live in the woods while you partake in this, and you just come get me when you're done? Because that'd be great.
So
Are you gonna jump out of the moving carriage?
Yeah.
I'm trying to.
So you'll notice that in the Noble District, the streets are bigger, the roads are
Cleaner?
nicer. So it is, so it's just afternoon.
I can smell money.
So the carriage will actually pull up to this very nice mansion, and there is a gentleman standing in like a dark plum livery. Sorry, I said that weird. When the when the carriage stops in front of the door, he goes down the stairs as if to open the door, realizes there is no door, realizes the carriage that you just drove up in, and then looks to the driver. The driver then hands him a letter. The gentleman opens the letter very snootily. If you know, reads the letter. Think Tim Curry in Clue. Reads the letter. No emotion on his face. Folds the letter, sticks it in his pocket, and then begins to climb back up the steps. He then opens the door and stands on the threshold and waits.
So real quick, as we're driving up to the place,
Okay.
as soon as I realize where we're going,
Uh-huh.
I look everybody in the carriage dead in the eye and say, no one touches anything. I do not want to get kicked out of here in record time.
Don't touch anything.
You can count on me.
Don't touch anything. We've got to find that lamp.
There you go. There you go. We already.
Doors! So many doors! They
No.
look so awesome.
Abu?
Find what lamp?
Okay, sorry. I will climb out of the carriage first
Okay.
to at least give the impression that somebody in this party is somewhat normal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try overly hard to be normal. That's what I'm gonna do.
I am doing the whole touristy thing, like,
I am also standing by the carriage As
The
they
car,
come out,
as he goes through the door, takes a selfie with the butler.
No, I asked him for his autograph.
I may make a. I might eye the driver and say, "You might want not. You might want to stay close."
He's not paying attention to you.
I figured, but
Okay. So I'm all of you go through
yes.
the very grand ornate doorway.
I bring the elf against her will.
Okay.
And I
I'm under my hood. Can't see
as
anything.
as you walk past the doorman, you see him like put his hand to his chest, like over his heart, and he does a little bow. Inside
Get used to this.
Inside is a grand marble floored entryway with elegant tapestries on the wall. The entire room is lit with fancy alchemic globes held in very like handcrafted sconces on the wall. The doorman comes up behind you. He then walks over to a door to your left, and he then motions for you to enter through this door, and he will say, "Lords, ladies, if you will."
I gesture for
And
the
we
rest of
will.
them to go through the door first,
Dum-da-dum-da-dum-da-dum-dum.
keeping an eye on all of them.
I'm loving that Flip's just like, oh, that's totally normal, totally normal, guys.
And I probably still got scrambled eggs and bacon all up in my beard, too.
Yeah, I know. That's what makes it funny. Okay,
That's the
So-
dissertation on his face.
he has led you into an elegant sitting room where there are several couches, there are bookshelves, there's a fireplace. Above the fireplace is a painting of a beautiful red-haired human female. She is sitting very stiffly in a chair. She has beautiful hand embroidered dress, very tight bodice on the dress.
Mm-hmm.
Behind her on the wall is are like so it looks like she is sitting in the equivalent of like a trophy room. So behind her look like you can gather from the artist's statement that it's obviously meant to be her surrounded by her worldly accomplishments. There's a rapier, there's like books and things. In her hands is a very elegant, very fancy looking pocket watch.
The rapier alone makes me start eyeing everyone else even closer.
I was wondering if you were going to catch on.
Oh, I'm right there with you.
Was it the pocket watch that gave it away?
No, I guess I'm not right there with you.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Never mind.
Close.
Oh, I think
Yeah.
Tara's trying to say something.
Yes.
What is this?
You remember back at the carnival, he said Lily's place,
Lily's court.
Lily's court. I have a sneaking suspicion that's Lily. Don't touch anything.
I don't want to touch anything.
That's not just. I'm not just talking to you. I see
I'm
you up
just
there.
staring at
Morph.
I'm just staring at the rapier. I'm like,
He's over there licking the marble
Oh
floor.
my god.
It's tempting.
Um,
I can
So-
tell you where it's from if I can.
amongst the many couches and velvet and silk cushions, are small tables with like little lamps and things. Oh, high fifle.
Made his cameo appearance.
With there are small tables, glass top tables, and in the back you will see that there is a liquor cabinet. The butler will, doorman. The doorman will step into the room. He will give a courteous bow, and he will say, "My mistress will be with you shortly." He will then step backwards through the door, and he will close the door.
I'm going to whisper to Raywin and go, do you think a place like this will sell like a writing desk that we can send to floor shifters?
So I immediately place myself in front of the liquor cabinet and just stand with it to my back.
Okay.
No. You can wait until we're done.
So, as everyone is, which one of you would so who's gonna sit down and who's gonna wander around the room?
Oh, I'm wandering.
Is there a
Do you want me? Do you guys want me to draw it out? What? I'm sorry, I was talking.
Is there a seat large enough for a dragon ass? There isn't. There isn't often.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There is a rather elegant chaise lounge.
The biggest one and the most comfiest one I can find. That's where my ass is.
She's got a big butt and she cannot lie.
No, you'll be able to find a spot to sit comfortably.
Yeah, that's. I'm
there
super
are
doing
there
that.
are a variety of furniture pieces in the room. Style-wise, they might not all match, but they were obviously all constructed by the same person because they're made from the same wood and upholstered in the same dark blue velvet material.
This is the nicest we've had it in a while, and I can smell the money. I'm going to enjoy sitting on whatever it is I can find.
I sit on the floor.
I'm assuming that my position right in front of the liquor cabinet has a decent enough view of the entire room.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Over the top of the dwarf. Who's like
I need everyone. I need everyone. Well, no. Let's see. Yeah, we'll say everyone. Everyone roll a spot check.
Perception.
Perception. Stupid 5th edition.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, not perception.
How did
Okay.
You have a +2 and you still only got a 5.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm too busy
Okay.
trying to keep the dwarf out of the liquor cabinet.
I just want to look.
I'm distracted by everything around me, like all the cool stuff, and I want to touch the pointy sword, and it's like
Do
awesome.
not touch anything.
Okay.
I'm clearly
So
understanding.
Yes, I'm sorry, continue.
Klaus and Makar. Hold on, because I'm wondering if I can.
Cat.
How
Tara,
do I?
can't. Love me.
There we go.
Can handle it.
Sorry.
Okay,
Not sorry.
so it's gonna take me a few minutes. I have to send everybody who got the perception check, and I have to make sure I'm doing this right.
Okay.
Do you want us to just like Klaus and I just take off our headphones or something?
I'd be okay with that.
No, I got it.
Okay.
I gotta remember how to do the whisper stuff
Yeah.
anyway.
/W
Well, you got-
space name.
You got me. I got
And
it.
You
I
can
see
tab complete name as well.
Yeah.
Hands.
I say that also for Kiri's benefit too. If you want to whisper somebody, you do a /W space a name that you can tab complete space, and then you can type your message, and that'll whisper.
Okay. So, Makar, as you are wandering around the room, you will see a statue standing in the corner of the room next to a door.
A door!
Oh.
Are you gonna do anything?
I'm gonna knock on the door, of course. Lightly so that Red Rose doesn't hear me.
As you reach out to touch the door, you will notice the statue will move. It actually grabs your hand. It is in fact not a statue, but a very gruff-looking bloke.
Dun, dun, dun!
I'm gonna say hi and reach out my other hand towards him to shake his hand. Kind of good.
He will look you dead in the eyes and he will ask you, "Please don't touch anything." He will then let go of your arm and it goes back to standing in his position.
That's a really cool trick. How do you do that?
He just stares straight forward.
Does this happen loud enough
Occasionally blinking.
Where I
Yes, you'll see it.
He's wearing like a really big furry black hat.
You should
And
take
wearing like a red
selfie.
coat.
They're called. Oh God, what are they called? Shoot, I forgot what they're called. Dang it, I used to know that. But yes, he is standing kind of like that.
Makar, look with your eyes, not your hands.
But it's really cool. Look at him. He doesn't move. It's awesome.
Something tells me he can end you very quickly.
I stand up from my seat
Uh-huh.
and I walk calmly over to Makar. I take his hand. I walk calmly back to where I was. I push him until he's sitting on the ground. And I reach into my bag and I grab my playing cards and I drop it gently in front of him. And I look him in the eyes and I say, "Stay." And then I sit down.
These are really short books.
Oh my god.
Wait, aren't your cards like?
I know, I have regular playing cards.
Yeah, she's
Oh,
got
okay,
the regular
okay.
playing cards as well.
Yeah, I've got regular playing cards with,
Okay, because
inappropriate women on them.
I forgot about that.
because somebody has a deck of playing cards that you guys haven't used yet, and you've had it.
No, I
since,
used one. I used one.
She's been using it.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not talking about those. You
Oh.
guys have like
Robin?
4 pack. You guys have got like
Do I
4
have
decks
a-
of cards.
let's see.
I keep
Robin's
giving
cards?
you a lot of
Robin's
cards.
Oh.
Somebody has a pack of cards that you guys haven't used yet.
I do have what it just says playing cards purple.
Yeah,
That's what you
The dragon ones.
the dragon ones, the ones with the 2 dragons.
Yeah, I didn't give him those. I just gave him regular
Right. I forgot I had those.
regular
Okay.
playing cards I picked up somewhere.
I'm
I
with
picked
you
up
now.
in that first dungeon.
I forgot about that. Thank you.
Okay, so after a while,
Look at all the inappropriate women on it.
the door will open again, and a woman will enter through the door that you also entered through. She is wearing a very elegant black silk dress, very tight bodice, very full skirt.
I wish I could pull that off.
She is much older than the woman in the painting, but obviously still the same woman. Her hair is done up in a very elegant bun. Her red hair is now turned a light copper color with age. It's not the fiery red that it is in the painting. She goes and stands directly in front of the fireplace. She stands up very straight. She is, and because you are all sitting, it causes her to look down her nose at you. And she looks each one of you in the eyes and says, "I was informed you have a letter for me."
Oh, that's my cue.
I will put my hands on the dwarf's shoulders and physically turn him around.
I give her the
Oh.
I give her the letter that has Lily on it.
Okay, you will find a letter. You will find one of the letters says Lillian on it, and it is quite a bit heavier than some of the other letters in the little some of the other letters in the leather envelope you have. She will take it. She will open up the envelope. She pulls out a gold coin. She looks at it for a while. She looks at both sides. She then pulls out the letter. She reads it. She is obviously taking her time. I
will actually take out and sort of palm the gold coin that he gave me.
All right. So on one side of the gold coin is a open palm, palm facing up, as if reaching out to like help you up.
Okay.
And on the other side of the coin is a closed fist around a whip.
Okay.
What are we whispering about? Now, did you forget something? Hurry up and get it. That one's very important. Make sure you close the door on your way out.
Random halfling runs through room.
Yeah. So, when she, well, obviously you will know her name's Lillian by this point.
Mm-hmm.
She gets done reading the letter, and she folds it back up. She holds the coin out so that all of you can see it.
Mm-hmm.
She looks at each one of you individually.
I hold up the one that Jareth gave me.
She looks a little smug. You don't know what this is, do you?
Not a clue.
She looks at it and she turns it over in her hands. And she says, "Not many people can gain a personal favor from the Lord of Chaos himself. No one has ever earned 2.
I attempt smugness myself. Quietly on my chair.
She then takes the gold coin and she puts it in her brassiere, like you do.
I repocket mine.
In your brassiere?
Sure. That's why I said repocket, but okay.
Makar, are you busy sorting the trading cards by their stats?
Yeah, did you know? Did you realize that there's actually like 4 of each of these different kinds of cards, and there's actually similar suits?
I cast silence on him. And he keeps talking.
That begs the question. If you're the one that's silenced, can you hear yourself?
She holds. Okay, I'm getting us back on track.
Yeah, that's fine.
She holds up the letter. She looks at each one of you individually. Again, still a little smug.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll say, "You don't know what's in this letter, do you?"
Again,
not a clue.
Not a clue.
Nope. We didn't read it.
You are 5 of the luckiest individuals. There are kings who would pay all the gold in their coffers to own this letter.
Sure,
That's
letter.
great.
Eyebrow goes
Not
up.
ours.
What is it?
She turns around, she throws the letter in the fire, and the letter burns.
Great.
Can I try and attempt to catch it since I'm sitting by the fire?
No, she's all the way across the room from you.
No, I'm sitting by the fireplace.
No, you're not. She's all the way across the room from you.
Okay, there's 2 fireplaces.
She then lifts a delicate finger, beckons you with her, and says, "Follow me."
All right.
She walks over to the door where the gentleman is standing. She is about to open the door, but before she takes her hand back off the door. She turns around and she looks at you, and she says, "We'll do the rules here."
All right.
You have free reign of my house. However, no one touches my flowers without their consent. Penalty is death.
Understood.
Without the flowers consent?
I wasn't going to question it.
I'm good.
She motions to the fireplace. And she says, that letter just gave you lifetime membership. You may come and go as you please. However, you must first be announced. Now follow me.
Oh, I hate
So she opens the door, and you will notice that the door leads into a hallway with black velvet walls.
I'm going to make sure I am up front for this.
Okay.
I've got Makar in hand. Like, my hand is firmly on his shoulder.
I figured you'd be
The
carrying him by the
hallway,
scruff of his neck.
the
No, I'll
hallway,
let him,
go
I'll let him
down.
walk.
As you go down the hallway, you'll begin to hear the faint sounds of music being played. And you come up to a grand set of double doors. Lillian, with a flourish, will open both of the doors and throw them open wide. She then enters herself, and you will notice that the music is now full blast. Inside, you will find full blast, as in, like, obviously the music is coming from the room. It's a I guess that was a little bit of a poor choice in words, because the music is actually like an ambiance music.
Fair enough.
Inside the room is a large stage. Currently just has a small band of minstrels playing in the corner of the stage. It is all the way across this very large room that is opulently decorated. There are tables with chairs around them. There are booths against the wall. There is a large bar stocked with hundreds of bottles behind it. Occupying this room, around some of the tables appear to be noble people, judging by their dress. They are also very well dressed. Walking around the room are women and men of all different races, creeds, species, all in various states of dress. And they are chatting with each other, getting drinks, serving drinks. Behind the bar is a large, muscular black man, and he is preparing the drinks that people are coming by and getting.
Question: is there a tiefling?
Where would she put? No, there's not a tiefling.
Okay, just checking.
Not walking the floor. She will then turn, gesture with both hands, and she will say, "Welcome to my court." She will give you a brief nod of her head. She will then turn around, walk into the room, and she begins chatting with the noble people sitting at the tables.
I fidget nervously with my shoulder pads and my dress and.
Is there
the doors will be closed behind you, but with by two doormen.
Yeah. Is there an open table somewhere in the nearby vicinity?
Yeah, there's a table big enough that you can sit down at.
Okay. I will start moving and like eye backwards towards the group and start moving towards that table.
Okay.
I'll follow.
The dwarf has a problem.
Oh no. So
To the bar!
Okay.
As
Are you going to go sit at the table, or are you going to go to the bar?
The bar.
Okay.
He's a dwarf.
Then I'll
What
sit
else is he
down.
gonna do?
as I see him heading off
His
that
native
way,
habitat.
as I see him heading off that way, I will quickly catch him real quick and say,
Well,
please behave yourself.
it's just a drink. You know how much it takes for me to get drunk.
He's more
We need to
sober
be
when he's
announced
drunk.
first.
Fair
I
enough.
think we need to be announced first.
Well, I think that was why she.
The announcing is at each door.
Yeah,
you
I think.
enter.
I think that was why she went through the door with us first.
Yeah. To be
Technically, the announcing was by the doorman. Like, he notified her. Like, you need to be announced to her.
Oh,
Gotcha. Okay.
Like, you can't just show up and
Right.
go through the house.
Right.
Like, she needs to know that you are there.
Right. That's fair. Okay.
Okay. So the dwarf will go up to the bar. The barman, who is fixing his drinks, will look over at you. You'll notice that he actually doesn't look surprised, like every other human that you've met on your trip.
Oh, that's a relief.
He seems like a very nice man. He walks over to you once he finishes your drink, and he goes, "My, haven't seen a dwarf in here before. What can I get you, man?"
Your finest mead, good sir.
He kind of does like the finger guns thing. And he goes,
You got
thing. You see him rummaging around on the shelves, and he actually brings out a large dwarf-sized tankard for you, and begins to fill it up. He then hands it to you, and he says, "Enjoy.
Thank you, sir. I plan
Don't
to.
drink too much now. Make sure you take in the entertainments." Then he goes and continues making his drinks. As you guys are sitting at the table, there will actually be a very beautiful human female will walk up to your table. She is dressed in a very low-cut, very drapey. It hangs from the shoulders. Random color. Pink dress.
Clear.
No, the clear. No, if you want the clear dresses, that's like 4 floors down.
You should see my playing cards.
She will saunter over to the table, and in a voice as smooth as caramel, will lean over and she'll go, "Hi, can I get you anything?" She'll eye each one of you, all 4 of you. She has deep brown eyes.
I would like some wine, please.
Sure. What kind? We have wines from all over.
A red wine. You pick.
Can do.
I'm shooting him dagger eyes.
She'll look at Axel, Raywin, and Makar individually. Makar, you're not actually under a silence spell. Come on now.
Seriously? I have been mouthing words for the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, I know. I was just gonna let you keep going. Come on, you gotta respond now.
The silent spell only works for a few minutes anyway.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Seriously?
It's like 10 minutes or something.
I'm just like...
I just let you believe it.
I love this idea of Raywin having developed some sort of magical thing just to
Just to shock
tickle
him up.
Makar. Yeah, or like a static shock. So that that's what he thinks. It's oh no, now I can't talk. Now I'm under a silent spell. No one's gonna be able to...
That's one of her...
Can we roll with that? I'm all over it.
Actually, that's
Sure.
gonna be one of your legacy stuff is Shut Up Makar 4.
Yeah.
That was in the list.
Oh
Yep.
boy.
Specifically your character.
Some kind of
Doesn't work on
weird
anybody else.
conditioning going on here.
So the girl.
Hi, my name's Pavlov. This is my dog.
Ding 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 ding.
I'm gonna say I could really use a raven, but I don't know how to buy a I don't know anything about rain desks, so if you could leave me somewhere.
Drink. Order a
Oh,
drink.
drink?
We'll deal
Water,
with
I
that
guess.
later.
Water works, I guess.
Are you sure? You don't want anything else? You just want water?
I guess so. Sure. Yes. Water will be fine. Yes.
It's just water.
I whispered to Raywin, "There's other drinks other than water."
No.
I will take the hottest cider you have.
Sure thing. And what can I get for you?
Oh no.
Whatever the dragon's having.
She'll lean over a little bit when she notices that you're flustered. Obviously, you know.
All
kind
like,
of- yeah, like that. She's like, sure. I'll get you one of those.
I'm watching her squirm and loving every moment.
Thank you.
She goes off. She orders she gets the drinks for you guys. She brings them back. They're on an elegant platter.
So real quick, as she walks off, I eye the elf and say, "Remember, hands off."
I don't touch unless given permission.
Okay. Fine. Just want to make sure
And
that's clear.
I glance at him and I say, uh-huh.
Oh my god. We're gonna get thrown out of here so fast.
So as she's putting the drinks out, she'll say,
Does she lean over the table to
"Oh
give
yeah,
me
she
her?
leans over further than she needs to for each one of you to give you your drinks."
I am totally oblivious to all of this. I'm just like,
Of
"Ooh,
course
cool."
you are.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Of course you are.
I gave you Nudie's playing cards, and you're all like sorting them by number.
Oh my god, they match.
So,
Matching game.
yeah. This one's red. This one's black. This one has a person on it. So as she picks up the platter that carried your drinks, she will say, "If you need anything else, just let one of us know. Or if you're looking for something a little more," and she'll kind of like eye the dragon a little bit, and she's like, "If you want something a little more exotic, just let us know." She walks off.
Exotic water.
Oh my
Exotic
god.
butters. Exotic butters. Yeah, that's not
lemon.
all. All right.
Oh, Lord.
So, each one of you will notice that the drink you have been given is the most delicious alcohol you have ever had. Incidentally,
Except for Mr.
I wrote
Water.
this entire establishment in for Rokar.
Oh.
God damn it,
I
Robo!
know.
See, I was gonna actually like whisper to Raywin. I'm like, I'm so glad he's not here right now.
If you had, you would not have gotten a pleasant response.
Oh,
You
I'm
know that.
sure. That's why I didn't do it.
Okay, so we're going to quickly go through time right now. You will be able to get food, drink, whatever else you want.
Entertainment.
Entertainment. A good way of saying it.
I'll take entertainment. What?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can have any kind of entertainment you want. Just let somebody know. Anyway, you guys go ahead and you guys do
You
fun
could
stuff.
Seriously, use it. Like after all that crazy bow talk, she could use a
Oh.
wild night. In fact,
Oh,
I'm
no.
going to grab the attention of that waitress, and I'm gonna
Okay.
whisper a little something in her ear.
Okay.
Now I'm shooting daggers at her.
And I shrug. Obviously, the thing I'm whispering in her ear is that the elf could use a good night of distraction. That's what I'm whispering.
At this point, I'm probably a little tipsy from the cider and have oblivious to whatever's going on. Playing my
Perfect.
viola.
That's perfect.
Oh boy.
My friend's a little shy is the line, I believe. But I think that's how that goes, right? So I at some point during the night,
Mm-hmm.
I would like to, one, make some kind of half-ass joke at the wizard's expense about no cartwheels tonight.
Okay.
Touche.
And then ask him, so what did we get lifetime membership in? Like, what is this place? I don't understand I mean, this is nice and all, but what is this place?
I'm coming back. I haven't forgotten you. We are coming back, I promise.
No, I'm determined to wait for these people.
So, yeah.
I may have pocketed some things from the stalls in between, but whatever.
Yeah. So you'll notice. Okay. No, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back to that. I promise. I'll come back.
Like I said, when we did this, it took us 6 hours.
So to answer Raywin's question, this I have a feeling what this is anyone that has a name out there. This is where they come to network and to not be seen for a while. Let's put it that way.
Players Club.
Yes, this is yeah.
Completely new.
It's a high-class
concept.
brothel. You can say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. That'll work.
It's a completely new concept to me, and I like it.
Oh, you'll like it even more later.
Okay. So, I'm gonna go ahead and.
No, you don't. I don't let go of you all night long. You stay within my arm's reach.
So I
got,
will.
like one of those kid leashes type thing. You just like
Zap you every time you go within
you
5
got
feet
the
away from
1/3 of your rope left just around my shoulder.
Actually, I did write it beforehand, but it is based kind of similarly on stuff like that, Davkis.
Gotcha. I was curious on that.
Yeah, so the room that you're in is basically like the host club section of the brothel.
Right.
You can, meet and greet and chat and watch the floor show and all that kind of stuff. Throughout the time, you'll have men, women, others coming up to you, engaging you in conversation and letting them know that if you need anything, you can come to one of them, come talk to one of them. You'll occasionally see people getting up from the table and disappearing behind various curtains. You don't see any doors. Everything is very soft fabrics and curtains and things.
Right.
Minus the doors that you came through, obviously.
I don't know what's going on here, but I'm happy.
Okay, so your
running the blood. God damn
your night continues on in this fashion. So we're going to jump back over.
Where are the Doritos?
Is there any Mountain Dew? Many girls there. I want to do them. Okay, so while you are sitting on your bench, examining this very odd jewel shop that you have encountered, you'll notice that the nice halfling Cotton doesn't seem to move from her store window. She just stares at the crowd as it goes by. No one ever comes up to her shop. No one ever talks to her. She just sits there happily staring out the window. Occasionally she will eat something.
Okay. I guess after having spent most of my day waiting for them and realizing she was completely full of it.
God, you don't even know that!
I'm gonna, I guess, wander toward the inns.
Okay.
Oh, you said there was this fancy jewel shop, so I'm gonna look at the stuff there.
I'm sorry. She is the jewel shop.
Oh,
the cart
okay.
The cart that she's in is it's a gem jewel shop.
Yeah, I don't want to go back over there.
Okay.
There's limits to my curiosity, and that is one of them.
As you get up to walk away, you'll notice that your pants leg seems to be caught on something. You can still walk, but it feels as if you're dragging something.
What in the world? I'm gonna lean down and look.
So as you lean down, you'll notice this white furry thing has grabbed on to the cuff of your pants and is just chewing, just gnawing away at the back.
Don't feel bad. He stole gold from me when we met. Fucker.
My first instinct is I want to kick it off, but having remembered she is looking for some type of foot-long animal, I'm going to grab it quickly.
Okay. When you grab it, it struggles for like a few minutes, but enough that it lets go of your pants leg and then just kind of hangs there in your hand.
Oh my god.
You little shit. I've needed you all day. I'm gonna walk back over to her stall now.
Okay. The ermine is just staring at you. You know, kind of like cats sometimes do. Just staring at you.
Miss? Is this yours?
Oh, hey, you found him!
Right.
Good job.
Yeah, those adventurers. Since I have now found your thing. Any idea where they're at?
Adventurers. I haven't heard from them in a while, and she's got her head in her hand again, and she's kind of looking up at the sky like she got distracted by a cloud. It's like, yeah, they have been gone a while, haven't they? Just still staring up at the sky. It's getting kind of dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Where could they be? And she puts her hands on her hips. She just kind of looks and she's like, you know, they could at least have, like, let me know something.
Right. Shame on them for not having written, really.
I know.
I wouldn't imagine why they wouldn't. So
she says about the group that she has never met.
Okay.
Thanks for the help.
If you go over to this inn, and she hands you a piece of paper that you didn't see her write. If you go to this inn, they'll give you a room. You can have a room on me.
Please tell me it's the woolen mug.
It's fine.
Please tell me it's the woolen mug.
Sure, it's the woolen mug.
If
you read the letter, it says, woolen mug, let her stay here. Cotton.
Thanks. Appreciate that. I'm a go now.
Okay, I'll let you know if I hear from them.
Awesome.
Okay. Bye. Wait,
I'm literally going to leave quickly.
Wait. Tell me, what would you, tell me your name again. What was your name again?
Atiliana?
Tilliana. I'm gonna call you Tilly. Bye, Tilly! You will then see her, you will then see her, like, do like a little hop, and then she disappears from the counter, so like she was hopping off a stool or something. And then you'll hear like a wood on wood scraping sound. And she's gone.
Yep, I'm a leave. So I'm going to wander toward the residence and inns district.
Okay. So right next to the open market, you will be able to find the woolen mug. The inside there's a little desk right next to the door where an older woman is sitting. You hand her the note. She looks at the note. She kind of gives a sigh, it's one of those, you could write a better note kind of sigh.
Oh.
She then opens up a little box, like a little coin box. She puts the letter in. She closes the coin box, and she says, she'll turn and kind of look at the wall next to her. She'll take a skeleton key, and she will hand it to you, and she will say, "You have room 3. It's on the ground floor."
Thanks.
It's no problem.
Do I need to pay for this?
It's been taken care of. You have 1 night's worth here with us. Please,
Wow.
have a meal. Enjoy your stay. She has the air of, I have to put up with this a lot.
I'm thoroughly impressed this whole exchange just worked.
Okay, so you go through. You are able to get a modest meal.
Wow.
Like, you order, like if you order your standard meal that like you're used to having where you're from, you're able to get it. And then you go in your room, and it's nice room, it's nice hay on the bed. Everything is nice and fresh, smells clean. You have a lovely night. Everybody has a lovely night. Here we are going to take a small bio break, and we will return in like 2 minutes.
Some of us have a more lovely night than others. Wink, wink.
Talking about yourself again, Trident? Thank you, honey.
Okay, so after this, we're going to get you guys together, and we're going to get you out on the road, basically.
Okay.
To this game and the next one are going to be a little on the slow side because we're just getting things set up.
All right.
Oh, each.
That's always the first chapter.
Yeah, each of the first few in each chapter kind of. We have to recover from the intensity of the last one for one thing.
Plot exposition. It has to go somewhere.
So if you guys are curious, the inspiration for the place that you guys are in right now is actually based on a book series. My bestest best friend in the whole wide world, his favorite books are by an author by the name of Jacqueline Carey, and they're the Kushiel series. There's three trilogies, and then there's I think a one-off. So if you're interested in those, they are very, very good like fictional history. Like it takes place in like Europe, in like a fictional Europe in like the 800s or something like that.
Terry, don't you have one of those books?
Do you have one of the Kushiel books?
I do.
Have you read it? Is the first one, I think, is called Kushiel's Dart?
In fact,
What these
It's
two
right
have
behind me.
behind.
Oh yeah, there you go. That's the book.
What these two have behind their cameras never ceases to amaze me.
what?
Just like, oh, I have an axe.
To make it even weirder, I even have a gold rose. I mean,
I'm here too.
By the way,
You're just impressed they can just whip it out.
Yeah, so hold the book up again if you still have it. Yeah, so that's the book. It's a very good book series. I suggest you read them. They're getting reprinted in paperback form.
I
It's
can almost smell the pages from here. I can see the
They're-
yellow.
yeah, they're so good. I have that same mass market release. And oh my goodness, her writing. The Jacqueline Carey's writing is like super dense. It's really good.
really
Like-
good.
It is
I would
really good.
scratch
She's
my
really
mouth
good at world building.
right now.
I can actually mail this to you, Graf, if you want to read it.
Yeah.
Okay. I would probably read it, but right now I need to focus on not scratching my arm off.
Okay.
Right.
So, gonna go ahead and start.
Hey,
So-
speaking of the what we were just talking about, unless she's got a dragonborn tucked away behind one of those curtains, I'm only interested in my very hard cider.
So, if you ask, there is a dragonborn. So, the person that you stop will say it's the same girl in the pink dress.
I mean, Rogar would want me to.
She
I'm
would.
just going
She
to
would look
point
at you
out, I'm
very.
still strapped to you right now. I mean,
She would
that's-
look at
Yeah, he's standing right here beside me, and I'm just not even.
She would look at you very slyly, and she would go, "What color?"
Oh God.
Still
Maybe
based on the
color?
books. Metallic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
talent.
you know, yeah, we don't have to. You guys come in colors? I love that. So, you will be, Raywin will be led away by the beauty in the pink dress.
I'll hold on to the
Please,
the
please
scrawny
let go
little-
of me first. I beg of
To,
you.
I have him.
Be kind
I
on
have
poor
him.
innocent Makar.
you will be ushered behind one of the curtains. You will be led down an elegant spiral staircase into a room much similar, but the atmosphere is not quite as casual, and the room is not quite as big. Inside, there are not quite as many people milling around, but you will be led over to a dragonborn, like, small collective of them sitting around a table.
My own people.
And, you know,
Very
the
nice looking people at that.
pink dress will kind of cock her hip out and she'll go, "Take your pick," and then just walk off. So, okay. The five of you will eventually be shown to a room with or without accompaniment, whichever you want. Everyone has a lovely evening. It's morning now.
We're just gonna gloss over that.
Everyone will wake up in their own individual room. You are all by yourself.
Dang it!
There is
Freedom!
there is actually, you know what, Flip, you probably wake up on one of the booth chairs.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the first time.
There's probably like a nice cool damp cloth and a glass of water next to you.
Well, that's a first. Normally, it's get the hell out of here.
So everyone wakes up refreshed in the morning. The 5 party members who are at Lily's will each have a note telling you Cotton has received your messages and wishes to meet with you.
Oh, Cotton! It's time to go. Let's go. Hey, I remember Jared saying that Lily would deliver the letters. Did she deliver all of them?
Yes,
All 8 of them?
so when you handed her
7
the
of them?
did you hand her the letter or did you hand her the leather envelope? I guess I was confused as to what you did.
The envelope.
Okay.
Because he said she would deliver the.
Yeah,
the 8.
I assumed you handed her the whole thing.
Yeah, that's what I
right.
I couldn't remember if we actually established. Anyways.
Okay. Yes. So, confusion fixed. The letters have been taken care of for you.
Thank you.
Okay,
Yes,
cool.
I rejoined the group incredibly quiet and smiley.
Okay.
What color are you now?
Well, it depends on where you look.
Okay. Axel apparently didn't have a very good night.
Oh, I had a great night. Anyways. Now we go see Cotton.
Yes, we should go see Cotton.
Cotton.
Yes.
Cause we fan.
Mm-hmm.
Girl.
Oops. There we go. Okay. All right. So, Tilly, when you wake up in the morning, and you go out to have breakfast, you will notice Cotton is sitting next to the bar. She is on a very tall bar stool, and she is kicking her little feet. She's got her fork in one hand and her knife in the other, and she's eating pancakes. And she is very happy to be eating these pancakes.
As one should be.
The ermine is sitting on her shoulder. It stares at you as you enter the room. She then turns around, waves her fork in her fisted hand, and says, "Good morning, Tilly." Okay. "We are to business today," and she lifts up her other fist that is clenching her knife. "But first, I'm gonna eat these pancakes." She goes back eating her pancakes.
I think we've lost her.
She makes.
Oh, wait, is she talking to me?
Yes.
Oh,
she's in your inn.
Oh, I totally. Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna say hi, and I'm going to thank her for my very lovely room, and I appreciated her generosity.
Isn't it nice here? It's so good. They have the best pancakes in Glansdale. Here, I ordered you some. And the gentleman kind of like is begrudgingly bringing you a stack of pancakes.
Thanks. I appreciate the inconvenience that this must be causing you.
She's just kicking her little feet.
So I'm gonna dig into
it's causing her to like bounce up and down on the stool. So through a very big mouthful of pancakes, she will say, "Today we are to business. I got a letter, and we're gonna go. And we're gonna meet at my place." She lifts up her left fork again, or her left hand again, which is clasped around the knife.
Your place for what?
We're going to my. She stares at you for a minute, and kind of is like missed a step. We're my place for Peoples. Remember Peoples? You talked
The
to
adventurers,
Peoples?
the group.
We need yes.
Oh, you found them.
Yes.
Oh, awesome.
They found me. It took them a while, but I finally got the letter from them, and it's some stuff and some
Wow, they
things
wrote you
happened,
back.
but they're here and they're gonna be my place, and I wanna hurry. I'm gonna hurry up and eat these pancakes, and then I'm gonna go there because I want to make sure they don't touch my stuff.
Can we go now? Is now a good time?
She looks at her pancakes, and there's just like a quarter of the pancakes left. She looks very sad at the pancakes.
You could take the bite. Just, we could go quickly, maybe.
I guess we can go now.
Oh,
And
great.
She will put the very prim and properly put the utensils onto the plate so that they're together, and when he picks the plate up, they're not going to fall off. She then will pick up her napkin. She'll dab her face. She will then fold the napkin, puts it on the bar, and then she drops 7 gold pieces onto the bar and then hops off the stool.
Cool, I'm a follower.
Okay. So she walks out of the woolen mug. She'll turn around and she'll be like, "You should probably leave the key, though."
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
You
I will
probably
be-
don't want to take that.
Could you not run off yet? I'll be right back.
Okay.
Great. So I'm gonna turn around and go hand that back to the innkeeper.
Okay.
and then catch back up with her, praying that she has not run off because I'm terrified of losing her now.
Nope. She'll actually be examining like a loose rock in the cobblestone road.
Water well.
Okay, Cotton, I think I'm ready.
Okay, and she'll hop back up. She walks over to the shop, and you'll notice that today, what was the window is just now a smooth surface to the cart. So she will run over. She'll climb up the stairs in the back. She opens the door. You will hear some like wood scraping against wood, and then a bit of banging, and then the side of the cart will actually fall open with a bang. And then now there is the window with the counter, and she is standing there with both of her hands kind of folded in front of her, you know, wanting you to look impressed at the.
Are you okay?
Her face
sounded like a
fall
lot.
like a. Her face will fall like a tiny little bit. She's like, "Yeah, I'm okay." So they should be here soon.
Like when?
She'll look up at the sky. You know, soon, kind of.
Okay.
Only could have finished her pancakes.
Did they contact you recently? Are you sure they sent a letter?
Yeah, I got a letter this morning.
Right. Okay.
And I sent them a letter back. They'll be here. Oh, they'll be here.
Are you sure? Because yesterday, I feel like we had the same conversation. I have a really bad memory.
Yesterday was a completely different conversation. That was
Right.
a whole different nothing.
That's a totally different nothing.
There you go. That was a totally different nothing. Because it's not a D&D game unless I finish a speed racer.
And you killed Klaus.
I did. That's his favorite movie.
Oh my god.
I think I might need
Let's
to
just-
really go look around town to find them. So I really appreciate all your help, and it was really great.
while your conversation is kind of like, just like it's like it's like a mouse in a cheese maze, just banging his head against the wall. So while this is happening, you will actually see a group of people walking down the street towards you.
And we use the word people rather loosely because I am going to try my hand. When I see the cart, I'm going to try my hand at Ermin.
Okay, so in fact, there will be 4 people and a white rat and an ermine. So, okay, you guys, you will have, the party will have left Lily's the same way you guys came in. You'll be shown out. The doorman will be actually very pleasant to you now. He will wish you a fine day and safe return. As you walk through the open market towards Cotton's cart, you will see standing in front of her cart is a halfling girl arguing very animatedly with Cotton.
I'm gonna scamper. I'm gonna scamper up to her, and I'm gonna crawl up onto Cotton's shoulder and look at her. When I
Okay,
see her.
so
I'll like pleased with myself for being Ermin
so
today.
now there are 2 ermines on Cotton's shoulder. She's got an ermine on each shoulder.
You
And
have a little-
she'll point at the new ermine and she'll go, "Oh, there they are. They're here now."
I'm gonna nuzzle Cotton's like chin neck area, and then I'm gonna
So the
look at the halfling like.
the finger that's pointing at Raywind is actually going to kind of move up slowly and like scratch her behind the ear without Cotton breaking eye contact with Kiri. Scratches her ear.
I'm gonna tap the halfling on the shoulder.
Oh, hi.
Were you just sassing that lovely woman?
Oh,
I'm sorry, who are you?
this is
Axel.
them.
Oh, you're the ones I'm looking for. This is great.
Now I'm going to jump off Cotton, and I'm going to scamper up the elf and look down at the halfling.
Have a little something on your shoulder. Great.
Her name's Raywin.
Yeah,
Oh.
she does that.
She does that.
She's very lovely.
And suddenly dragon on the shoulder.
Squish.
You have now crushed the elf.
I'll go down, and then I'll stand in front of the halfling, and I'll sniff at her, and then I'll suddenly dragon.
So you suddenly have a giant dragonborn in front of you.
I'm gonna scream and jump back.
You guys are really mean to the new girl.
She was sassing Cotton.
I'm a dragon.
Sass Cotton. Nobody sasses Dragon.
Cotton will lean around Raywin, and she'll go, "Didn't he give you a note?"
Huh?
Cotton will look around Raywin because Raywin suddenly dragoned in between Tilly and Cotton. So she'll
Sorry.
look around Raywin, look at Tilly, and she'll say,
Ah.
"Didn't he give you a note?"
No. We
You were
talked
given-
about a group.
You were given a scroll.
Oh, I must have missed that piece. Okay, yes,
Oh,
you
I'm
did.
sorry. Okay, there you go.
Yes, you did.
Sorry.
Um,
Okay, so if I've been trying to get in contact with everybody, but Discord apparently doesn't work well on my phone. So if you haven't heard from me, you probably should have.
Yeah,
In a lonely time. It's been very empty.
she was right. Yes, I see that now. I have a scroll, and it's in my pocket, and I'm going to hand it to the very large, very terrifying-looking dragon.
Sweet. So I take the letter, and I open it up and read it. What's it say?
Okay. Excuse me. The short answer is, she is from the same monastery that your other monk friend is from. They have decided to give their assistance after all.
Oh, that's nice.
The letter tells
After they took our monk from us.
the letter tells of a impending calamity. The fact that your group has been chosen. So
I didn't say the cause
I
of
swear you were going to say directly responsible.
maybe a little bit here and there. So they have decided to lend their aid. Their aid, of course, being Kiri's character. You guys can talk to each other now, and if you like, you can give a full description of what your character looks like.
Okay, so she is about 3.5 feet tall. She has really pretty long lavender-colored hair, an olive skin tone, and dark brown eyes. And she is insatiably curious about everything all the time. But as you can see, she has a little bit of sass and does not have a lot of patience.
Oh, good. This is going to go well. I can see it now.
You're going to like me so much.
Let's try and keep her and the tiefling apart for a while.
Can I play with her hair? How did you get it this color?
It grows like that.
So I will.
So you've got the dragon standing in front of you, looking like she frequently does, and then you've got the elf leaning over you from behind, monkey style, playing with your hair.
I'm
I'm
regretting my life choices right now.
I will stand. I will kind of work my way in between Raywin and the halfling, and say, "My apologies. I am Klaus. The de facto leader of this group. This is Raywin. Point to the dragon.
Right. The dragon. Okay.
She doesn't bite. I promise. Just yeah.
I've got like an hour left on my Ermin form, so I go back to Ermin and I sit on Cotton's shoulder while he does all this.
There you go.
I'm gonna whisper in her ear. She does bite, but it's not usually very hard.
Oh, that's lovely.
That would be Axel.
Hi.
The the horned one behind her is Makar. And our dwarven friend here.
Hi, I'm Flip.
Hi.
And I'm no longer the shortest person in the party. Yes!
I literally facepalm.
Oh, okay. That's quite the introduction. Thank you.
I face paw.
Face paw.
Facepaw, yeah.
Oh god, Makar has engaged Cotton in conversation.
Oh Lord, we're never gonna get out of here.
I make Ermin faces at him while he talks.
Cotton talks back, so like obviously the two of them are having one of their rambly conversations.
That's fine. It keeps him from getting into trouble elsewhere.
Very true. Just don't give him anything metal and say that it grows.
We're really great at first impressions.
Yeah, you guys are so good at this.
So I'm assuming.
Oh my god, you nailed it!
I'm assuming that Raywin handed me the scroll before she.
No, I just dropped it on the
You
ground.
just dropped it. Okay.
next to my sack.
I will pick that up. I will read it.
So, my name is Attiliana, and I am from the monastery. As you can see, they have sent me to assist you guys, I guess.
Just standard town sounds. Ambiance.
I'm gonna say. I need to shout at my children for a second, but in German, I'm gonna say, yeah, we needed an adult just for Cotton's benefit.
Yeah.
I have no idea what she just said, but
A lot of chirping.
your Ermin seems a little angry right now.
Normal. It's normal. Do you play an instrument?
I do not. I'm here to help. Okay, that's
It would have helped.
right. Oh, okay. You guys need musical assistance?
I can't read music.
You'll have to. Oh Lord. You'll have to forgive them. They are
Chronically enfeebled.
chronically enfeebled. Yes.
Battle weary, I prefer.
We are very happy to have your assistance.
Oh,
Yes.
thank you.
I feel like this has been a good day for you wearing the shirt, Klaus. The babysitting shirt.
Oh yeah,
there you go.
I should have. Go on an adventure, they said.
Weird. That's what they said at my temple too.
Yeah, you kind of get used to that after a little while.
I'll take the group.
So
yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm supposed to go with you guys.
All right. You're welcome to come with us. Like I said, we are happy to have your assistance. And
I say again in Ermin, great, another one.
It'll be fine.
I think she's still yelling at me.
If I hear the chirping, I'll like glare at her. And then I will turn back and try and catch Cotton's attention to figure out where we're supposed to go now.
Are we supposed to wait till we get a response?
I thought the thing saying to go see Cotton was the response.
Okay. I don't know. Are we going back to the brothel?
Cotton.
Yes, Klaus.
Oh. She's the one giving us our mission?
He's a medium.
Told you not to sass her. She's actually a dragon.
The short one? The fuzzy one.
I turn around.
Yes.
I'm like,
Cotton points
Well-
directly into her own face. Yeah, me.
Oh.
It's
Boy.
really awesome. She's really cool.
You
Don't
kind
tell anybody.
so you
okay?
kind
I'm
first
undercover.
so first rule of being in the group is you kind of learn to not take anything at face value.
Ever.
Ever.
Literally
Like
and
that thing?
figurative.
First rule
So-
of Dragon Club is don't talk about Dragon Club.
I try a little urban fist bump.
Oh Lord.
She fist bumps the ermine.
Oh my God. You two are ridiculous. Okay, so Cotton. Can you tell us where we're supposed to go now?
Yes, I can.
Good.
Okay, so here's what I need you guys to do. Like instantly, you can see like her face completely changes.
Okay, I'm gonna
Okay.
drag it back for this so that I can actually pay attention and be
Okay.
serious. Okay.
Here's what I need you guys to do. We songs have a lot of things that we need to do. We need to get our shit together, obviously. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you guys to Corelink. Klaus needs to be reporting to his master anyway. Someone has been forgetting to do that. She looks at you like, like a teacher looks at a student who hasn't turned in his assignment yet.
I get that look a lot.
He's not kidding.
But also, if I send you guys there, then you guys can check on Mardalin for me.
Spell that?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Give me a moment, because I actually need to pull it up. I've got the wrong note sheet up.
I'm still thoroughly confused and
Oh,
desperately
there it is.
regretting
There's my
all of my
campaign.
life choices.
It'll take a while.
That's the last 2 chapters. It's fine. You're already caught up. You don't know it yet though, but you're already caught up.
So,
Yep.
dear God, why is my campaign setting so big?
You don't know this, but it took me several episodes before they started figuring out that I can shapeshift. So
Yeah.
I had quite a lot of fun with that.
Mm-hmm.
That was
Okay.
a pain in the ass.
So Klaus,
Mm-hmm.
Klaus, you will know the name
I figured.
Marleman
Okay.
because that is the headmaster of Corelink.
Ah, okay.
I'm gonna need you guys to go check on him. Alona's gonna go with you because she knows how to get to him.
Oh no.
I catch Klaus's eye.
You will see my face kind of sink ever so slightly.
Now that the rest of the crazy group is worried, I'm getting more worried.
I sent Alona a letter. She knows all the stuff that's been going on. She's gonna help you guys.
Okay.
Especially you, Miss Grabby Hands, and she points at the elf. You done got us all in trouble.
What?
You
What?
touched
Okay.
the butt.
What butt? I touched a lot of butts. Which one?
I'm gonna step away from her a few feet.
Just kind of inch sideways away.
Turning your butt away.
Kind of towards the butt.
So, what I need you guys to do,
The bow.
you know what you did.
I don't. Okay.
So, I'm gonna have all of you guys go, and you're gonna meet with Bob at the East Gate.
Bob.
Klaus will remember.
I like
Do you
him
remember?
already.
I do.
Okay, Klaus will remember that Bob is the merchant who
Yep.
operates out of Corelink. He
Yep.
makes frequent trips back and forth.
Yes.
That was for everybody else, not for you.
He was
Okay.
my right here.
So,
All right.
Cotton, she'll look at each one of you kind of sternly. She's like, "Okay, got it. Everybody okay?
Yes. Yes.
Good."
We are good.
And she like perks up, and she's got a big smile on her face. And she's like, "Hey, can I talk to Raywin before you guys go?"
Oh boy.
Cool. And she does like the little silent clappy thing. She's obviously really excited about something.
Oh Lord.
I'm excited to be excited.
Okay.
About excited.
Do you want to do it one-on-one, or do you mind doing it where everyone can hear? Because
Okay.
Cotton wants to speak with you kind of
Privately?
privately, but
Yeah.
it's not. It's your decision whether or not you want the party to know.
New girl in the group. Yeah, we're going one-on-one.
Okay, so once we get done with the campaign at the moment, we'll
Okay.
do that before the night's over.
Okay.
Okay, so
Okay.
what's gonna happen is Cotton will actually ask Raywin to come around to the back of her cart over where the door is. You'll hear Raywin enter. There'll be the sound of wood scraping against wood, and then they'll be gone for a bit. There will be the sound of wood scraping against wood again, and then Cotton will pop her head back up, and Raywin is exiting the cart, and Cotton looks at you all in turn, and she's like, "Okay, shoot!
Thank you, Cotton.
I got work to do. You guys got work to do.
Thank you, Cotton.
Bye." Alona should be with. She'll point at Klaus, and she'll say, "Alona should be waiting with Bob. Just
All right.
a heads up."
Okay. So,
And she'll lean really far out of the window as you guys are walking down the street, and she's waving both hands, and she's going, "Bye."
Not gonna lie, even I'm pretty.
Love you.
All right.
I love you too.
Oh God.
Elf is
Okay.
just suddenly happy.
Is the halfling following us? She was supposed to come
I
with
sure
us.
hope so. Are you following?
Reluctantly.
Okay.
So there's a distance.
There's a little bit.
So as you guys walk out of the east gate, a little ways ahead, down the road and kind of off to the side, so like parked on the shoulder, is an open air cart with a lot of goods that have like tarps covering them and everything. It's being pulled by not necessarily old, but obviously not young, brown horse. And there is a gentleman sitting in the driver's seat, and there is a woman standing on the ground right next to him. She has what looks to be like a leather messenger bag slung over her shoulder, but the closer you get, you will notice that it's actually a very large book that is being held in place with leather straps, and it is hanging in such a way that it's meant to look like a bag.
Mm-hmm.
She has her arms crossed in front of her, and she is kind of tapping her foot.
Oh boy.
Oh, this is good. This is grand. Again, I exchange looks with the wizard.
And my face sinks a little bit.
I pat him on the shoulder.
You really did it this time, huh, buddy?
I will walk up to Alona first and greet her.
She will look you in the eye, and she will say, "Welcome back, Klaus.
Thank you.
You have been busy.
We have.
And now you make me busier."
Oh,
My face sinks further.
that's icy cold, and it feels so familiar and good.
Familiar and good.
Well, come along. On the cart. I don't have all day.
Oh my god.
Quickly get on the cart.
Jump in the cart. Come on, guys. Let's go.
You just drop like
Get on the cart. Get on the cart.
did you just drop like 30 degrees out here, man? This is amazing.
Yeah, I'm gonna hop on the cart too. But
Okay.
I'm busy.
Everyone gets on the cart, and the cart gets moving. So it is going to take like half a day. So by the time you arrive at Coralink, it will actually be well past dinner and it's dark. However, you are able to see Coralink just fine as you come over the hill. You will notice that it's like nothing you have ever seen before. Vast, large stone towers that are all interconnected together with tunnels, and the entire city is surrounded by a wall. It's difficult to tell if it's one building or many buildings. There are thousands of windows, some with flickering lights, some with strange colors, many with smoke coming out of them. The city itself is gathered around a large central tower, which is the Grand Library. It is a vast hall of all of Thyr's knowledge. And as you come up to the gate, it's like driving into a fantasy equivalent of a large city. The buildings go up so far that it seems like they shouldn't even exist. They're so tall. As you pull into the city, you will notice that it's not so much a open city as it seems to be a collection of courtyards. You just happen to be in a very large courtyard. Alona will hop out of the cart. She will hop out of the cart once the cart comes to a complete stop. She will then urge you all to get out of the cart because
she doesn't have to tell me twice.
Bob has work he has to get to. He'll as he is pulling away, Bob will turn around and he'll say something to the effect of, "Oi, Klaus, good to see you."
Good to see you too, Bob.
I
Hello
like
to
Bob.
Huh?
So I like Bob.
Yeah, Bob's cool.
Alona will look at each of you, and she will say, "So, it appears that you will be meeting Marleman in the morning."
Understood.
Marleman.
Marleman. Okay.
Marleman.
Marleman.
Yes.
Marleman, yes.
Yes.
He's the great headmaster of this school.
Okay.
Did we
I
ever
will
get
go-
spelling on that?
Marlemin.
Yes.
I got it right!
First shot.
Yeah. A lot of my names are all like phonetic. I'm not that great of a writer, so
Except for Cotton, who spells her name differently every time I see it.
Yes.
that is true. Well, sometimes Cotton just forgets how you're supposed to spell cotton.
Do I know what the city is?
Yes, so you will know.
Okay.
For everyone else, though, other than Klaus and Tilly, Coralink is the largest city in Thyr. Alona will have informed you of this during the ride, so that you're not uncultured swine when you walk about.
I resemble that remark.
Coralink is the largest city in Thyr, and it is entirely populated with sorcerers, wizards, magicians, clerics, anyone of the magical persuasion.
I
Yes.
smack. I firmly
just a
smack
school,
the
though.
tiefling.
Is there a druid representation, or are we not quite that kind of?
You can find a few druids in the city because it's not just a school, it is also a city.
College town.
Yeah, it's basically a
Yeah.
college town.
really is.
The quote classes are more like apprenticeships. Masters will take on various numbers of apprentices, however many they feel like. And that's the general hierarchy of the city. You've got the headmaster at the top. The headmaster has a select group of people who are directly under him. Then you've actually got the librarians. Then you've got everyone. Then you've got the masters. If you're not a librarian, then your status is your magical ability. So think like a science department at a university.
I'm one level down from master at the moment.
Yep. He's doing his graduate's thesis.
Yes, that's very much what I'm doing.
So Alona will tell you to essentially go fend for yourself. And she will leave you in the courtyard. And I think that is where we will call it for tonight, because everyone has homework. If there's anything you want to do in Coralink, or if there's anything you want to look for in Coralink, I want to give you time to kind of go through the books or go around online and see if there's anything that you want.
I has plans.
Yeah, for example, Davkis has got a huge list of things that he's going to be doing. So, that is it. We are now in Chapter 4.
Woo!
Wait, Chapter 4?
Four? Isn't it
3?
No, because 3 was us going to
Shelby.
Shelby.
Shelby was 3.
Shelby was 3.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't realize we'd pulled through 2 chapters.
Yeah, chapters 2 and 3 ended up being a little shorter.
That's okay.
Well, I mean, chapter 1 I think was supposed to be shorter.
Chapter 1, yeah. So, chapter 1 was supposed to be as long as 2 and 3. And you guys, yeah.
Yeah.
It ended up being a little longer.
We have skills, not the ones you want us to have. Well, if you made it through this recording, we appreciate you coming and hanging out with us. We give you 3 gold stars because.
Yay!
Welcome back and welcome to our newest member. Now known as Tilly, whether she likes it or not.
Nope, I give up. Just
You have
whatever,
no
that's how she
idea
introduced
what
me.
you have gotten yourself into.
Okay, I had to go the first year with Graf yelling at me that I was saying her character's name wrong when I swear that I wasn't.
There was no D in
I was not pronouncing a D. I am sorry. I'm from Texas. It sounds. Davkis
That's just how
has
her
the
face
exact
works.
same problem.
Yes,
Davkis
I
has
do.
the exact same pronunciation problem, and you don't jump all over him. You don't say he's pronouncing it wrong.
He never says my name.
I've listened to the audio recordings.
Anyway. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.